Hello, chat. You've
Hello.
been graced by Indy.
Hello.
Look at that ween.
That's been in my IRL familiar.
Yes, very much so. Also, he's been very spoiled today.
Oh,
He deserves that.
Oh, he absolutely does.
Good boy.
all right. Give me one moment.
Let me tweet about the stream, actually.
All right, there we go. Yes, chat, you might have noticed that last week we weren't here. We had a couple of things come up. As I discussed yesterday, I lost power right before a session because of a It was raining, and it was also we were having very strong winds, and they knocked not only my power out, but most of the surrounding area. So that is unfortunately what we had to miss last week, but we're back now.
I'm really sorry about that. It sucks to not have power.
It wasn't too bad because it was only out for about an hour. I think I was mostly worried about the stuff in my freezer.
Yeah.
Fortunately, freezers stay frozen quite a long time. The stuff in your fridge is actually at higher risk
Yeah.
due to going above safe temperature, but freezers are pretty good usually at staying frozen at least a couple of hours.
Pretty insulated. And ice is a really good insulator, ironically.
It is.
Yeah. Also, we currently have no power, so
Oh.
Oh.
but it's fine. The inverter is paying for itself.
Really glad that you guys have the inverter.
Oh yeah, it
Yeah.
makes
Us too.
such a huge difference.
Alright. Well, if everyone's ready, we can go ahead and hop on in. And grab the recap.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
There
Got my
we go.
palettes and I got my dice all ready to go.
The essentials. Alright. So, you all see Bon Snap by the fireplace with his tome. He met good old Gazathan. I miss him. Hope he's doing well. Let's delve in, shall we? Last time, the group headed to the campus security office of Crowell's Academy with the troublemaker Buckley in tow, who they interrogated, finding a bit of trouble getting him to talk. The group decided it'd be best to hand Buckley over to the guards, which they did after Crowell modified his memory to forget the events of the past few days. The group met Bennett Bucard, a professor and former detective, who offered to help the party in finding more the God-slaying order and their whereabouts, agreeing to keep in contact. The party was paid by Crowell, which many of them were reluctant to take. Afterwards, the party paid a visit to the campus cafeteria, where they ate and rested up a bit, meeting a Dacian by the name of Ross, who thanked the party for helping his brother. The group continued on their way, happening upon a hobgoblin hunter by the name of Dante, who was going after a red dragon in the area for its scales. The group came face to face with the dragon in question, a red dragon by the name of Garzathan, who got Dante to back down and mentioned being one of the sons of Varaxes, one of the others being his brother Scallion to the south of Arengate. Garzathan also told the group that prismatic souls are those connected to the colorless flame, and tied to those who were connected in the past. He also spoke of Varaxes' whereabouts down the Gridian Fold, and that Yorick's visions would guide him there. After leaving Garzathan, the group found a longsword impaled through an older tiefling gentleman, who somehow seemed to still be alive, and once healed, he began to panic at the state he was found in. He went on to explain that there were mercenaries after him for a book he had of experimental 10th level spells that he'd been working on himself. He worried that something catastrophic would happen in their hands and seek to get it back as soon as possible. The tiefling introduced himself as Ernest, and he wasn't quite sure why he was alive. The group came to the conclusion that he'd perhaps die if it was removed from his chest. He also concluded that the mercenaries who put the blade through him likely kept him alive in case they needed to return for information on the spells. Having traveled for quite some time and deciding that it wasn't good to bring Ernest with the blade in his chest too far from aid, the group decided it would probably be best to settle down in Canesmith before continuing on their journey. That's where we pick up. I can't wait to see what they get up to this time. that is indeed where we pick up. Let's see here.
Excellent.
All right.
Not enough tabaxis in the D&D movie.
That's really sad. It
I-
should be at least 80% tabaxi.
I actually plan on going to see that on Monday.
Fun.
It's very fun.
All right, say goodbye to Indy and all the drawings.
He is chewing and slobbering an Achilles tendon on my feet as we speak.
Oh boy.
For those who don't know, my dog's legs are very short and he can't hold his own chews, so he brings them to my feet for me to hold, for him to chew.
Mother, assist me.
Mother.
You know, use her feet like a little table.
All right. So, as a refresher, you all have just entered Canesmith. From what you all know of it, this is largely an artisan city, mostly known for its prominent smithing guild. But Canesmith is built into the side of a mountain, and as you guys are led in by this tiefling gentleman, Ernest, you quickly take notice of all the stonework, the tiling of the pathways, and even the front gate to Canesmith all looks very ornately carved. Clearly the works of a master stonemason.
Talos just has his sketchbook out and just like getting every detail he can.
As you all begin to make your way into the city, Ernest, the fellow you all are with, he kind of looks towards you. He still very much has the long sword in his chest. So, before we go any further, where did you all want to stay?
What are the options?
I guess without walking too far, there's the Spearhead Tavern. Not too far.
Oh, Spearhead.
How are the bathrooms in there?
I don't recall.
Unremarkable. I see.
Oh, is it Spearhead? The place to go because you're sword stomach and that's Spearhead?
A bit on the nose.
If it didn't hurt so much to laugh, I might. But yes, Spearhead.
I suppose it's a sign then. Let's go there. If that's all right with everyone.
Or perhaps, we should probably find a means of, trying to safely get that sword out of you without, mortally wounding you.
Well, I was hoping
I think
that we
that's-
could ask around at Spearhead.
Yes. I think the key is to get our friend settled and calm, and then we can get some medical assistance.
Yeah,
All right,
so
fair enough.
if we can maybe do this steadily, because him walking around with a sword sticking out of him might alert some attention.
It has already drawn some attention your way. Quite a
Up
few
too
people
late.
are looking your way. They look alarmed, some of them. Some of them look indifferent.
It's all right. It's a flesh wound.
Who's got a hat? Let's shake it.
Honto's just waving at all the people that looks at him.
My adoring public.
Barney will just like drape his apron like over the sword, like he'll give it to Ernest. It's like just to
This
somehow
the
try to
sword,
hide it.
It's a huge boner. Don't look.
Yeah, and it's very awkward as it's kind of
Absolutely
sticking
rock
out.
solid from the center mass.
Well, I do not know if this is better at all.
He stumbled on a brand new type of spell.
Oh no.
Actually, that could probably work.
Thank you. Let's get inside then. It's not too far. He
Yeah,
points
it's-
out the tavern, and it's pretty close to where you are, not too far. You can see a pretty sizable tavern up ahead. The warlock's at Pfizer.
Talos will pick up Ernest so he doesn't have to walk with a sword in his chest and just kind of carry him over there.
All right. So you all make your way over to the Spearhead Tavern and make your way inside. Quite a few people seem to be lounging about, having a nice dinner. As a refresher, it is nearing the mid-evening at this point. It's about 5 p.m. It's not too late.
I hope they're not enjoying their dinner too much.
A couple of them look up, seeing a group of people they don't recognize walking in. Also, well, seeing the man with the very pointy chest. But other than a few curious glances, they kind of go about what they're doing. Most of them look like they've perhaps come in after a day of work. You can see that some of them have like grease stains on their hands or bits of dirt. But behind the bar, you can see that there is a Durgar woman. She finishes up pouring a few glasses of drinks for some of the patrons at the bar before stepping out and meeting you all as you walk in. Oh, hello there. And, before we go any further, might I ask what's up with this one? And she points directly at Ernest.
Oh, he has a sword in his chest.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pickle.
Oh, it's a flesh wound.
We
Right.
would like some
It may be
medical
enchanted.
assistance. Yeah, that too. Some magical medical assistance, perhaps.
Well, we don't have any, well, no doctors here, but, maybe the temple. But, I don't know how long he's had the sword in him, and how long he's willing to walk. 'Cause it's a bit of a trek across town.
I think we should go and fetch someone, rather.
Yeah, might be a good idea. So,
I'll go then.
this one hasn't caused any trouble to earn him that sword, has he?
Not that we know of.
No,
yeah.
no. I was robbed. He looked like the type to get robbed, I suppose. What does
That's
that
rude.
mean?
Jesus Christ, he's
Excuse you.
suffering enough. He doesn't need burns on top of that.
Good lord.
But, yes, the temple, it's on the other side of town. You can't miss it. It's one of the largest buildings here.
Well, that's good.
And you, your, sword there, you might fancy a drink. Might help, though don't go leaking on the floor.
Oh, I was gonna say the same thing.
That's true. Alcohol would disinfect the wound.
Yeah, perhaps. Also take off
What
a bit of
is-
the edge.
What is
Huh.
your strongest brew?
Oh, we've got fireworm brandy if you're looking for something with a bit of kick.
Is that spiced? Because I don't think that would be great on a wound.
It's spiced.
Oh, I'd like to try
not,
some.
Not spiced. Panto can have that orally, but I don't think we should pour that on a wound. Perhaps something that is more like straight moonshine of some kind.
Oh, I can do that. Let's see.
Right.
And I can get you some fireworm brandy. And she goes behind the counter, and she'll pour a bit of moonshine, and then she'll pour some of the fireworm brandy for Ponto. Here's a shot for you.
Oh, ho, ho. He's
Right,
gonna
I'll
look
keep
up
an
at
eye on
the. He's gonna look up at the counter and he's gonna be like, "Ooh,
Right.
Gunther, can you grab that?"
Palmer's making eyes emoji at Ponto right now.
Might we procure a room for him so we can, get him rested and treated before?
That.
Yeah, I've got a few rooms. How many do you need? There's you kind of count you all. There's all right. I could spare 4 doubles.
I'm okay with that.
Yes.
That sounds reasonable.
All right. It's just 5 copper a night.
Pam, I can't reach the counter. Can you grab the shot?
Oh, yes. Here.
Well, thanks.
Talos will slide a gold.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I can help too. York will also slide a gold. That'll cover it. Drinks too.
I'll room with Ernest. I get the feeling he may need some assistance.
All right, well, these are your room keys. Don't lose them. She sets down several stone cubes. She sets them all down on the countertop.
Oh, this is unusual.
Yeah, I get a couple of folks who ask how it works. On the door, there's a slot. You insert it, and it'll unlock the door. Magic system.
Interesting.
Do you have to insert a certain way or angle?
It slides right in. Cube-shaped hole for a cube.
Fair enough.
Ponto's gonna pull on Palm's shirt a little bit to get her attention, and his eyes are watering, and he's like, "The water
Oh my god,
burns.
Ponto!
Why is the water hot?"
Oh my goodness. I will. I'm assuming we have water skins and stuff for traveling, so I'll just give them
Yes.
some. Give him, sorry, some H2O
Yeah,
to soothe
Ponto,
that.
I'm drinking this fireworm brandy. At first it's very pleasant. It has kind of a cinnamon aftertaste to it. But then it very rapidly starts to burn. Your mouth genuinely feels like it's on fire.
Why is the water spicy?
I mean, he did tell us it was spiced, Ponto.
Yeah, it's
They,
brandy.
sorry, she?
She.
What's the... she, sorry. She did tell us it was spiced, Ponto. What did you think spiced means?
Nice.
Bless you.
I mean, I suppose it could have just been, flavoured a certain way.
That's true. It could have been a spice mix of some kind. Right. I understand. But still, when someone tells you something is spiced, you should assume it burns unless they specify otherwise, perhaps in future.
He's gonna put a little thumb up, and he's gonna kind of lay down on the ground.
Can we perhaps have a little glass of milk for him?
Why, I might have something better. And he hands Ponto some lime, like a vial of lime juice.
Lime juice?
Yeah, usually helps with the burn.
Interesting.
Ponto grabs it with his little hand and takes a little sip, and his face goes from pain to just squished. Ugh.
Oh yeah, fair warning, it's a little sour.
Perhaps the milk would have been better.
This works far better than milk.
Are there
It's
like
just more
breadsticks or
efficient.
something? At distracting, maybe. Are there like breadsticks or something similar on the counter here?
She would have some baguettes.
Okay, I think, but like whole ones.
Shove some
'Cause
bread into the child's mouth.
Palm's gonna grab whatever there is that's bread-like and give it to Ponto because that helps for spice as well. Is it just like a whole baguette?
Yeah.
Okay, she gives him a whole baguette.
Incredible.
Here, Ponto, this just gnaw the end off that. It'll definitely help clear your mouth.
Ponto's about the size of like to where a baguette is maybe like a stuffed animal size. So he's just like holding it while laying on the ground. He's chewing on the top of it.
Here is compensation for the bread, and Palm will slide a little money onto the counter.
Thank you. Oh, and
Okay,
by the
but are
way,
the-
you might want to stand back. He's gonna get the aftershocks there in a second.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
Ponto,
Ponto,
as
do
she
not
says
poop
that,
on me.
Huh?
Ponto, as she says that, you belch and a blast of flame comes out of your mouth.
I feel like it's one of those instances where since he's laying on the ground, he doesn't have a lot of traction. He just starts spitting.
No, like those fireworks that you put on the ground.
Yeah, like little birds.
Oh no!
Ah, there it is. They don't call it fireworm brandy for no reason.
Well, you
Poor little
don't.
guy.
You don't have to ask me twice.
I'm ready for bed.
I don't. Palm's thinking to herself, I do not want to share a bedroom with people who have had this drink because she doesn't know what it's going to do to their guts. She like shuffles over to Talos and she's like, "Hey, are you gonna drink any of this?"
I'm currently holding an injured man. I was not planning to.
Do you? Can you? I don't. Can we? Do you want to be roomies? Because this fire stuff is concerning.
Sure.
Because Candle said she was gonna watch over our friend here.
Oh, yeah. That worked fine with me.
Okay,
mean,
do
you
not
can-
ingest that brandy.
I will not.
If you'd like, I can take your wounded friend here up to his room while you guys go to the temple. And I'll be up with a couple of drinks for him.
I think we're okay to take him up and get him settled. I think we would like to also just have a little conversation with him before we go.
Yeah, I
Alright.
Indeed.
think between me, Talos, and Gunther here, we'd be very able to get him into his bed safely.
Alright, well, if you need anything, or if you need any food later, I'll be fixing up something. So come back and see me if you get hungry.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, and the name's Marlowe, if you need it for whatever reason.
All right.
Like talking to, yes, thank you. I'm Pomegranate.
Yeah, well met. Barnacles. You can just call me Barney.
Talos.
Panto.
Yes, that's Ponto.
I'm Yuri.
Candles.
Well, it's nice to meet new folk. But yeah, look, don't let me keep you. She kind of looks you all over once more before she goes and gets back behind the bar.
Does she look depressed or tired or worn out or something, or is that just her personality?
She doesn't look. She looks pretty normal for the most part. She has kind of this stoic expression on her face for the most part.
Okay. Because she seems extremely wearied by life. I don't know if that's just me, but
You can
she
make
seems
me
a
an
little.
insight check if you'd like.
Okay. First roll of the session, right?
I think so.
That is a 16 on the dice. Inside, you said.
Yep.
That's 21.
That
Nice.
just seems to be how she is. It seems to just be how she carries herself, how she speaks and whatnot.
Okay, I suppose that's useful personality to have when running a business like this.
Yeah, she gets back behind the bar. What do you all do?
Right. Shall we get this man to rest a bit in an actual bed this
Yes.
time?
Yes, I
Indeed.
agree.
But yeah, going upstairs, you easily enough find your rooms. And as was described, each of the doors has a slot for one of these cubes to be inserted into. Upon getting it close to the slot, it just kind of it seems like it's like a magnet to where it just kind of shifts into place, and you hear it click, and the door opens.
Interesting.
I think Palm does that a couple of times and then giggles.
Well, these are sure mighty peculiar locks and keys if I've ever seen any.
Yeah. So you're able to get them into one of the rooms. The rooms seem pretty nice. More of that elegant stonework on the floors, as well as that very soft bearskin rug. 2 beds, 2 desks, and a nice view of the city.
This
Ponto's
seems
still
like
clutching.
quite a fancy establishment. Sorry, Ponto, go ahead.
It's all good. He's just gonna clutch the bread like a teddy bear and just lay on the rug.
Security bread.
Talis just gently lays this guy down on a bed.
Hold on.
Oh, thank you.
So with the sword sticking through him, Candles is going to try to move the 2 beds together.
I see what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ah,
otherwise
good idea.
we've got to replace the bed.
Okay. Yeah. You managed to get them moved together. You gotta lay them in the middle.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So the end of the long sword coming out of his back doesn't puncture through the mattress or anything. It just goes straight through the middle where the 2 beds meet. I will. This is quite comfortable, actually. Thank you.
That's good.
All right. Before we fetch someone for you, I'd like to know exactly how you're feeling. Can you describe exactly how you're feeling physically in case something is abnormal, so the priest or whoever we fetch can make some kind of preparations for what we're going to be dealing with here?
Well, I'm finding it a bit hard to breathe, and it feels like shards of glass when I swallow. I have a lot of pain in my chest.
Are you dizzy, nauseated, anything like that?
A bit dizzy, I'd say.
That makes
Yeah. Okay. The reason I'm asking is I would like to know if there's anything magical going on with your symptoms that we can describe to the person.
Right. I other than that, I don't think so. And just really hurts for the most part.
Can we get you some water in the meantime? Would you be able to swallow that, you think?
Probably. Yes. I'd take some water. Thank you.
All right. Is there like a basin or like a bucket of water or something in the room for guests, or do I need to go fetch that?
Yes. There would be water and a
With a
barrel.
lake. Okay. I will ladle him some water because it's probably good to rehydrate after losing blood. Yeah. I think I'd like to go with whoever is gonna fetch the priest slash mage.
All right.
One could say they're a page.
Huh. Yeah, you get him situated. You all do now.
Candles, are you gonna stay here with him, or would you like to come along and discuss his condition?
I believe I'll stay here with him. I couldn't say much about the nature of his injuries, but I can attempt to treat him physically.
That makes sense. All right. Who wants to come with me to the temple? Was it?
Yeah, I'll come with you then. I don't think Ponto would be capable right now of joining. So might be best might be best for him to rest up here as well, yeah?
Maybe we should. Candles, could you just keep an eye on Ponto as well, please?
She just kind of stares at him, mostly blankly, but with a bit of nervousness.
I can keep an eye on him.
It's okay.
Just maybe just throw some water on him if he starts to burn again.
I can do that.
Thank you. Ponto, we're gonna be right back, okay?
Can I have one of the key square thingies?
The room key, you mean?
Oh yeah.
Right. You can hold on to, I guess, the one we're in right now. Would that be okay?
He's gonna put a little thumbs up.
Okay. All right. Don't lose that, please.
And you would notice, actually, when you go over to take that one out of the door, it slides through on your side, inside of the room, and you hear the door click. So it seems
Ooh.
like
Is it-
it seems like putting it in on the outside opens the door up, and once it's in, the door is shut. You can pull it out on the outside, and it locks the door back.
Interesting. So is it possible to not have it in the door when you're in the room?
Yes. It would just
Okay.
mean that the door is unlocked, essentially.
Okay. If that's all right with you, Candles, we can give Ponto his comfort cube, I guess. Ponto, please don't eat this.
Very well.
He's not gonna touch it. He just feels like he needs to have it for, the room.
For reasons with a capital R.
I think I should stay behind here as well. There's a possibility that the people who did this to him might come back into this town if they're looking for him. Best not to leave
That's
them
extremely
unguarded.
fair. Yes, and I mean it's not like we were unnoticed exactly. We did attract a lot of attention coming in here, so
Yeah, fair point.
I guess I'll go with you to the temple.
All right.
right. Let's head off then.
Alrighty. And where's Gunther going? Is Gunther going with them to the temple or staying behind?
He'll go with them.
Okay. Alright, so Barney, Palm, Gunther, and Yorick head off to the temple. So as you all begin to make your way across town, are you asking for directions, or are you just going off of what you were told about it being on the opposite side of town?
Maybe we just walk until we feel like we don't know where else to go, if that makes sense. I'm assuming there are some landmarks or something.
Yeah, for the most part, walking around the city, there are so many forges. There are so many. There are so many blacksmith forges. Like you see at least 7 or 8 different ones in the city.
Can I ask Crow to fly up and have a look?
Yeah. Crow will do so.
Thank you, Crow.
He flies up, and after a moment, he'll fly back down. Many hammers.
Yes, many. Could you see anything else?
Big building. He points. He points with his wing off to the northern part of town.
With his little toe.
Well, I assume
Let's,
that's probably where we should be headed.
Yeah, let's move in that direction.
All right. So you all make your way that way, and after a moment or two, you start to hear. It starts to get a lot warmer, like noticeably warmer, about maybe 15 degrees hotter as you are making your way to the northern part of the town. And you pass you come upon a very large building, and it has a sign that reads Smithing Society of Ingris. Crow just kind of motions to it. Big building.
I'm curious about this building. Can I investigate it? Well, not investigate, but just sort of get an overview.
Sure. What are you trying to discern?
It feels like this building is significant, so I'm wondering if anything really interesting or unusual happens here.
Okay, I would say make me an investigation check. And are you just trying to... Are you kind of looking on the outside of the building and seeing what you can gather from it?
Yeah, maybe if there's like an archway or a courtyard or something to look inside. Ooh, that's not a very good roll. Investigation, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, that's an 8 total.
So as you
Oops.
kind of look around, from the sign you can see that there is an anvil hammer, and you can hear the sounds of people hammering away at forges, and every now and then you can hear the hiss of warming, or rather cooling metal, and a couple of things. You could probably gather that this has something to do with blacksmithing. But as to what's going on inside, it's a bit hard to see over the wall into the courtyard.
Okay. And we're looking for a temple nearby here, right?
Yes.
Can I turn around and look at the building across from this building?
Make me a perception check.
Got another 7. But my perception is a little bit better. So that is a total of maths 12.
Okay. Without... You kind of look around for a moment longer, and figuring out that this might not be the temple that you were mentioned. Just down the ways, a bit farther north, you can see a temple-like structure.
Okay, well, let's head in that direction, and if it's still not the right place, we can ask someone there.
Yeah, good idea.
So you all make your way over, and standing outside, currently treating what looks to be a wounded half-orc gentleman. You can see that there is a man dressed in robes, currently holding his hand over someone's wound, and you can see it slowly healing as the skin begins to reform. And he looks over at you all as you approach. Oh, hello. Are you in need of assistance?
We are, yes.
You might say that, yeah.
Burn
We
wounds?
have quite a strange situation, actually. Our friend has been impaled by a sharp object. We found him seeming dead, but then we did a little healing on him and he came back to life. But there seems to be something magical about this wound.
Your friend wouldn't happen to be a dwarf named Sawyer, would he?
No.
I don't know. I didn't make notes. I'm sorry.
This is
he?
a tiefling gentleman, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then, good it's not him again. I warned him about testing his
Again?
weaponry on himself.
Oh goodness. How often does that person come in?
Too often. At least once a week.
That is once a week too often.
Look, some people just enjoy impaling themselves, okay?
Okay, yeah, I mean, fair, but without a guarantee that you could, never mind. I'm not going to kink shame anyone.
There are much better ways to test weaponry. But who am I to judge? So, you said there's a tiefling fellow who impaled himself?
Well, I wouldn't say he did this to himself.
Or rather, he has been impaled, I suppose.
Yeah, said he's been robbed actually, but we left him at the Spearhead Tavern because figured we shouldn't have him walk around too much with big objects stuck in his chest.
Was robbed and impaled and left alive?
Yeah,
After a fashion.
it's quite a strange situation. Yeah.
Sounds like it. Okay. George, your burn wound will be fine. Just keep pressure on it, and wipe it with a cold rag a couple of times every hour. Get some rest, you'll be fine. And if it isn't feeling any better, come back and see me later. But I have something I need to attend to. Right, thank you. I'll be off. The half-orc gentleman nods and heads off.
Barney says, greets him and says goodbye in Orcish.
And he will return the greeting. Now, where's this fellow who was impaled?
We'll lead you to him actually. It's the Spearhead Tavern.
Ah, all right. And yeah, you're able to lead him back just fine. As you all are walking, he kind of glances you all over. So, you all aren't from Gainesmith, are you? I can't recall seeing you.
As a matter of fact, no. But my village is actually not too far from here. Just southeast of Cold.
I get well acquainted with a lot of the people here. I get so many work-related injuries each day. Burn wounds, hammered fingers, and all the like.
Well, it does seem like a fairly industrious and artisanal city, yeah?
Yes, it's what it's best known for. Just yesterday,
Well,
I had
we have
someone
a-
come in after losing their foot after dropping an anvil on it.
Oh dear.
Yikes.
Well, we do have one in our party that's might get pretty obsessed with a place like this.
Well, he might find a good place in the smithing society.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you will.
I know they take on a lot of traveling smiths as well. Not all of them are always situated here. But yes, lots of work-related injuries, stuff of the like. The fellow who lost his foot was actually rather excited about it because it meant he got to forge himself a new one.
Wow.
Well, once he fought through the pain anyway.
I mean, just, there's some lateral thinking there, I suppose.
Yes. By the way, I should introduce myself. I'm Thyson. I typically work at the temple. Mostly do curative works, healing, that type of thing. Let's see if we can't help your impaled friend.
Yeah. Well met, Tyson. I'm Barnacles. You can just refer to me as Barney.
Nice to meet you.
It's probably also wise to exercise a little discretion because this person is wanted by some bad actors.
Oh, you did say he was robbed, so I imagine that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, something is afoot there that sounds a little more sinister than I think we realize.
Yes, and with him, again, him being stabbed and him being robbed but not killed, that's so peculiar to me.
Indeed.
Yeah, the whole situation's a bit weird.
I'm sure there's a reason most people aren't that sloppy if they're gonna go through that much trouble. Yeah, you all get back over to the Spearhead Tavern easily enough, and you're able to lead him up to the room. Ernest at this point has just been, he's been sipping the water every now and then, but mostly just kind of staring up the ceiling because he can't really roll around or lean to one side or anything, so he's just on his back looking up at the ceiling.
This poor guy must be so uncomfortable right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, you all get him back. Oh, I see the problem. Very much. I didn't know it was a longsword. That is... And he looks very, shocked. Despite having been told about it, he looks very shocked as he walks in. And he makes his way over to Ernest, who's lying there.
Yeah, we figured to not be too specific in details in case, you get a bit freaked out.
Well, again, I have not seen anything. I've seen far more gruesome, but interesting. So,
Isn't it?
yes, it is. So you, obviously you're probably not feeling very well, but how would you describe how you feel right now? Ernest, he kind of props himself up a bit with his arms and looks up at Thyson. Well, I, as you said, in a good deal of pain. Hurts to breathe and swallow, and I'm pretty sure that water I drank earlier leaked out of me.
Bonnie goes to one side to just like sort of assist him with sitting up a little bit.
Yeah, and you can have him sit up. Thank you. Well, we can get that blade out of you. There are quite a few things that we could go about doing that with. But my question is, do you think that this is of some magical nature? Because everything I've been told so far would lead me to believing such. I think this blade is keeping me alive. Interesting. If I recall, there was necromantic energy resonating off of it. Well, if the blade is keeping you alive, it's very possible that, well, obviously removing it would kill you. So, that being said, I know of a middle ground that could work, but it wouldn't solve the problem as much as it would lessen it. What we could do is cut off the bits that are sticking out of you and leave what's there in the center. That way, the necromantic energy would continue to run through you if that's what's keeping you alive. But you wouldn't have the blade sticking out of your chest and your back.
That makes sense.
Not that I know anything about this sort of thing, but does that mean that the if we break the artifact, that the magic will subside and cancel all of its effects on this?
That is
Again,
something to be
it's not-
wary of, for sure.
Again, it's not my area of expertise. Probably something Talos is more more versed in.
Is it possible that Talos can try to think back on any of his master's teachings on this particular subject, artifacts or cursed weaponry?
Yeah, I would say either make me a general intelligence check or a history check.
We'll try history. Nat 20 for a 21.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh shit!
So looking back on your
He was a good
master's,
student.
looking back on that teaching, you would have recalled a technique with weapon enchanting that there's a way to store an enchantment from something and transfer it to another thing. You would be well aware that this is possible through the use of Electrum, but also you would be aware of the fact that, yes, breaking this sword would probably relieve it of its enchantment if it wasn't first taken out and stored in something to be moved.
Okay, so either breaking the sword would break the enchantment on it, or we could move the enchantment onto another object and then remove the weapon.
Oh, that could work, perhaps?
I mean, we could do something, obviously not weapon shaped, like maybe a ring or something he could wear. That way it would sustain him without killing him outright.
Yes,
I'm
that
just
does sound like
I'm
a
just-
good idea.
I'm just worried that if the ring would, for instance, just once removed, say by accident or via robbery or mugging, that it might end poorly for this gentleman.
Right, it would have to be dispelled afterwards or destroyed afterwards, but at least doing it this way, he won't die of a stab wound.
I think this is probably our solution. Yeah.
How would you feel about piercing one of your ears?
Well, it's certainly better than piercing my chest.
Because that is, if you have something you could just leave in your ear, it's probably safer than a ring that could slip off somehow.
True.
Yeah, fair enough.
It is true. I think that might be your best bet. I can help with transferring the enchantment. And as for getting you the piercing, I know there are a couple of jewelers around. Let's see. In fact, I know there are a few at the guild who could make you something like that. Or, well, you said your friend here is a smith. If he's feeling up to it, perhaps he could do it.
Yeah, I could make him something, or I can do it.
All right. You sure you I don't know how you are with jewelry, but I'm pretty sure you're capable. Yeah.
Well, if my master could make fine jewelry at their size, I could probably do it.
You mentioned that your master is a giant. Yeah.
Yes.
We might need to think a little smaller here.
I apologize. I miscommunicated. They made small jewelry that someone of my size or your size could wear.
Oh, fair point. All right, my mistake then.
It's quite all right. Yeah, or I think the transference would be. I mean, there are techniques that can do it. Do we have access to any Electrum? That might make it easier.
I know the guild certainly has plenty. I'm sure they wouldn't mind loaning me something, especially if it's to save a life. So tell you what, you get him prepared, and I'll meet you back here with the tools. I'm gonna run over there to the Smithing Society and gather what's needed, and I'll bring it back here.
Oh, there's a smithing society here?
Yes, the Smithing Society of Ingress. It is, you might find it to be a good fit for you.
I will focus on this at the moment, but I will definitely address this later.
Talos has been activated.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned that we might lose Talos to the Smithing Society.
Well, I'm sure that they'd be interested in hearing the story after it's all said and done, so hopefully things go well. Certainly put a good word in for you. But that being said, I'll head over there and I'll be back soon. I should only be gone a few minutes.
I'd like to note that Ponto is asleep on the floor. He has not left the spot.
I imagine hugging the half of the baguette that's left.
Absolutely.
Very good.
Barney, I think will just maybe grab a blanket and just put it over him.
Don't know if he may have been disturbed by Candles trying to wash the capsaicin off. Treatment.
Yeah.
Ponto is a heavy sleeper.
Okay, good, because these get pretty weird. Kind of pouring oils on the affected areas.
Yeah. After a bit, Tyson comes back, and he's holding a toolbox and a little pouch. Alright, well, they were willing to. Once I told them what was going on, I was able to get some Electrum, as well as one of their fancy instant forges.
Talos just stands up, cracks his knuckles. It's like, all right, let's get to work.
All right, let's see. We'll have to make a bit of space here. And he'll clear some space in the center of the room, kind of move the beds off to the side of the wall, before setting down the toolbox. And you see the tool, as he whispers something in Elvish, the toolbox opens up, and springing out of it is an anvil and an entire forge.
Did he whisper the Elvish password?
Essentially.
He should change that.
Get two-factor authentication.
Yeah, two-factor authentication for your instant forge.
Yes, you have a full forge here in the room now. And despite
Talos is
the floors,
blown away.
despite the floors being, well, the floors are stone, so you don't have any worry about burning anything.
What?
Have at it. I'll leave you to it.
Yeah, we'll create some space as well. And I think Barney will just pick up Ponto, and go to one of the other rooms.
Talos will look back at our drow friend. It's like, or not drow, tiefling. And it's a hoop, stud, any aesthetic preferences?
Perhaps a stud.
Speaking as someone who's been extensively pierced, hoops are a lot easier to keep clean if it's a fresh piercing.
Huh. Yeah, I suppose that
More,
makes
you know.
sense. There's more area.
Yeah, and you can rotate it, which with a stud, it
Mm.
just traps the crusts in between the metal and your ear. It's pretty bad.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, like, my lip is pierced, so like, I had a stud in initially, and it was so nasty. I have a ring in currently.
Yeah, studs in general tend to cake a lot more dirt and stuff. Yeah, hoops are it's the easier, cleaner way to do it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So for all you kids at home, hoops, not studs.
Oops, it is.
Yes.
Just go for like a huge like 70s style.
You could.
Hell yeah.
But yes.
The bigger the hoop, the bigger the dreams.
He'll
And for someone who's making 10th level spells, that's a big ass.
Yeah.
Right. He'll grab his tools and start getting to work. And just be
Oh,
like,
right.
this might be a little loud.
So for this, I'm gonna have you make an ability check with your highest ability score. And you can add your proficiency from your smithing tools.
My highest ability score would be my strength.
Alright.
So I guess it's just the physical action of actually making this.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, that's a 16 plus 4 plus proficiency will be plus 2. So that's a 22.
Alright. So you all hear the sounds of work as Talos goes about making this earring. And after not too long, you have a very nice earring that seems so it fit pretty nicely in his ear.
It is a hoop with like a vine-like stylization around it, and the clip into the ear is shaped like a sunflower.
Oh, that's pretty.
Nice.
Is it done then?
All done.
We do need to pierce though, so there is that.
Yes. All right.
How would piercing work in this world? Would we just do it like normal, like with a sharp needle and some alcohol, maybe?
Yeah, essentially.
Yep.
Vaguely
All right.
remember the Parent Trap. That someone get an apple.
I have never seen that.
You get
It's
everyone
just a needle
called back
and
in.
a nice apple behind the ear to land it in.
Interesting.
Hmm.
That is not how I had any of mine done. Okay. Yeah. So we should just get a needle that is more or less the size, the gauge of the earring we want to put in. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult. Candles, I'm assuming you have a whole host of needles on you. You seem like the type of person to have that.
You're not wrong.
Let's find a good one. Did anyone bring more of that moonshine?
Well, I can always go down to the tavern and just ask for some.
All right. Also, maybe ask for a shallow bowl. We'll disinfect the ear, and then we'll do it as quick as possible. That being said, you have a sword in your chest, so I'm sure this is not going to be
Yes,
comparable to
again,
that kind of pain.
I feel like I felt a lot worse, so I'm fine with whatever you need to do.
Yeah, I
Alrighty.
think a PSD would be the least of your worries. Anyhow, be back in a jiffy.
All right, so yeah, you go
Gotta
back
be
down,
hygienic.
And
I'll try to
Marlo's still working the bar. Oh, go ahead.
I'll try to get some numbing agent ready in the meantime.
If all else fails, someone can prestidigitate some ice, maybe? Is that a thing that prestidigitation can do?
So what did you want to do with it?
You can use ice to temporarily numb your earlobe to pierce it.
Yeah, you can heat and cool things with prestidigitation.
Okay. I mean, this is a fantasy universe. I'm sure we could have some kind of herbal numbing agent.
If someone wakes up Ponto, he can heat metal the needle.
Oh God.
That is for cauterizing. We are not doing that right now.
You can also pinch other areas of the body so that it actually causes a disruption in the. It mixes up nervous signals in the nervous system,
Huh.
so it dulls pain.
So we gotta wake Ponta up and make him bite this guy's leg.
or just pinch him.
Wiggle the sword a
I mean,
little bit.
he has a sword in his chest. We could.
Yeah, he might.
Yeah.
He might not even feel.
It might already be. Yeah.
To distract from the little poke in your earlobe, we're just going to turn the sword sideways.
Oh God.
Oh my god. You know, we could tell him to cough, which is let me not get too personal, but it helps you also. It's the same effect, I think, when you cough and they're like doing a procedure on you. If he coughs, it'll jiggle the sword, so I think we can just ask him to do a little cough and it'll probably work just as well.
Or just taking a deep breath and just blow it as far as he can.
Yeah, or something.
Yep, that's what I do for needles.
Yeah, Barney, you head on down to get the alcohol. Marla's working the bar, and she looks up. Oh, you need anything?
Yeah. Any grain alcohol or something I can use as a disinfectant.
Yeah, I can get you some. She'll get you that. Get you a little bowl.
Oh yeah, and yeah, I was going to ask for a little bowl. Very, very forward thinking.
I've had a couple of people who do similar.
You don't say. Probably like, all these artisans and blacksmiths are in the area, yeah?
She nods. Here's the cloth too,
And-
if you need it.
Much obliged. And here, for your troubles, and he'll also put down a gold piece.
Oh, thank you, dear.
Right, thank you.
Yeah, you get it back up there. You got everything ready. And Tyson, he'll step back in, holding the electrum. So now, about transferring it to the... Well, I suppose we could actually get the earring in place just in case. You get that in place first, and then simply transfer it before we remove the blade.
All right.
All right. So, who would like to do the honors of piercing his ear?
Barney will just give the alcohol and the bowl to people that have more delicate hands than his.
One of us is gonna have to hold the earlobe taut, unless we have tongues, and another person is gonna have to push the needle through.
I will hold it taut.
I feel like I
needle.
should offer. Yeah, I feel like I should tell Candles to do it because she'd probably enjoy this a lot, the most of anyone here.
I don't know about enjoy, but handle it.
All right. On 3, you're gonna give us just a nice sharp exhale as much as you can. It's gonna be uncomfortable, but it'll be over soon.
With the blade here, I'm sure it'll be quite the sharp exhale. All right.
All right.
Bar-
One.
Barney is looking away. He's actually afraid of needles.
1, 2, 3.
And you are able to get it through easily enough. Don't even need you to roll for it.
Nice.
Excellent.
The ear is pierced.
All right. Let's just wipe this with some alcohol, and then we'll get that earring in.
Is it done yet?
Not quite.
Yeah, you're able to get it wiped and disinfected using the cloth and the alcohol.
All right. Your earring is in, and I think it looks great. It's gonna be tender for a little while. Just keep it clean. You can use salt water, alcohol, anything like that. Try not to sleep on it for the first week or so.
Right. Thank you. Alright, so now about transferring it and getting the blade out of you. Transferring it is easy.
Yeah.
And he'll take the electrum piece, and you see him tap it to the end of the sword, and then he'll take the coin and tap it to the earring. And as he does that, you see the electrum crumble to dust. It's done.
Wow.
Wow, that was quick.
And now we just have to remove the blade. That might be a bit more painful.
Yes, we're gonna have to apply pressure to the back, basically the entirety of the wound as after we pull it out.
Should we bear hug him?
Or perhaps you could just like drink this entire bowl of grain alcohol so you won't feel any pain.
I mean, you'll still feel pain. You'll just be confused about it. I think. Who's got some healing magic?
Yes, that might be good to do after we remove it.
That seems like something up Gunther's alley.
Yeah, let's ready a spell maybe, and then the second the sword is out, we go for it.
Sounds like a good plan to me. And you're capable of healing magic? He looks at you, Gunther.
Yes.
Alright, if you would be ready to apply a bit of that after the blade's removed, I can help with the pain as it's happening. I'm capable of numbing those to pain. It's a bit of a trick of the mind.
I think who's gonna pull the sword out? Because Barney can have to do that.
Yes, that is a good question. Who would like to be the one to pull the blade?
It's got to be somebody with steady hands that can pull it out one straight movement and not jiggle it, as it were.
Well, I'll do it.
All right. So this is a bit more complicated. I'm going to say, Barney, make me either an athletics check or a sleight of hand check. I'll let you choose.
I think athletics is a better stat than sleight of hand.
All right.
That is a 17 plus 4.
Ooh.
21.
So, Bison, he is holding a hand on the chest of Ernest, and you can see that there is a faint magical pulse coming out. And Barney, as you grab hold of the hilt of this blade, and you pull it out, it comes straight out with a bit of force, a bit of slack at the beginning, but you do manage to slip it out without jostling it around or anything. It comes out and kind of drips a bit of blood on the edge of the bed. But the blade is out. And Gunther, are you healing him?
Yes.
Alright. And you
Goodness.
apply a bit of healing. With all of that combined, you can see Ernest kind of wince a bit, and for a moment it looks like he blacks out. But he kind of slowly looks around at all of you, looks down at the wound. I think I'm alright. I also feel a bit ill.
Well,
I don't blame you at all.
yeah. It's kind of hard to believe that this whole thing was inside you for, I don't know, goodness knows how long.
Oh, I really need some water.
Talos will give him most water skin.
He will take some generous gulps of water. Oh, thank you.
Oh, welcome. And at the very least, the sword is out. You'll have time to recover and heal, and you won't immediately die from the curse.
Yes. Thank you. You've all done so much for me, and you just met me earlier.
Yeah, well,
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
just couldn't just leave someone like half dead on the side of the road, yeah?
Well, I
Might as
certainly
well lend a helping
appreciate it.
hand.
Yes, I think it's probably best that I let this heal up a bit, get some rest.
Indeed.
Yeah, I think you need that more than anything at this point.
Yes, my head's still spinning. In the morning, I could discuss more with you what I think happened. Maybe go from there.
Sure, yeah.
Absolutely.
We could also get a meal up brought to your room if you like.
Thank you. Dyson, you see him go over to the forge, and he once again whispers that command word, and it reforms into a toolbox immediately. He picks it up, back it up.
Are those standard issues with the society here?
Yes, actually. They get a lot of members who like to travel, so it's something they came up with.
I will have to visit them.
We're losing him.
Yeah, I think once. Okay, no, never mind. Carry on.
Well, if you're looking to visit them, I could take you over. I have to go over to return this.
He'll look at the group. Would that be all right? Obviously he's better, but still don't know if anyone might be tailing us.
Like Barney kind of just gestures, like in a fashion. It's like he can kind of just like know that that Talos really wants to go there, so he'll like indicate it's like, yeah, just go. I think you earned this one.
Very well. Just some brief introductions.
Several hours later.
3 hours later.
1 eternity later.
Yes, he will take you on over. And as he's kind of leading you over, he'll turn to you, Talos. So, where'd you learn to smith?
I learned from my master. Well, they're a giant. Back in my homeland, we met. Well, they saved me from a Hydra, if you would believe it.
I've heard quite a few stories, so I haven't seen a reason not to. And well, I know giants are certainly good at forging, so seems it would add up.
Oh, they're a master artisan. They're good at everything: forging, jewelry, painting, wood carving.
Yeah, quite good. But yes, I think they happily accept you at the Smithing Society.
I mean, that'd be wonderful. I did provide a letter of introduction to the guild over in Talakis, so I hope they don't mind that.
Ah, well, in that case, if that were the case, it wouldn't be an issue, as the Smithing Society oversees that guild as well, so.
Oh, excellent then. I'm actually quite excited. I finally made my first treasure.
Yes, and it saved a life.
99 more to go.
I like your ambition. It'll lead you into the building. You can see that same sign with the hammered anvil. And stepping inside, you are met with a pretty nice lobby. Quite a few people kind of sitting around having small chatter. And he leads you down the hall, past the lobby, out into the courtyard. You can see that there are several forges set up. And approaching you, you see let me see here. You see a black dragonborn woman. She approaches you. Hello.
Hail and well met. He gives a bow.
I was bringing back the instant forge as you let me borrow. Here you are. This is Venice. She's the master smith of innovation here. Well met.
Pleasure to meet you, Vernice. Talos Flintclaw of the village of Akram.
Oh, you're from Rasvoldis.
Correct.
I've heard of it. I have a friend who's from Rasvoldis, actually.
Oh,
He was once a king nearby, but I heard he stepped down from that.
oh, a king?
Yes, I don't know if you've ever heard of a man named Oldoff. Orcish fellow.
I don't have I met a person named Oldoff?
That would... I guess it'd be a question on whether Talos, while in Rasvoldis, if he ever went to Orlin, the city of Orlin.
I imagine given his father's job, they probably have met with dignitaries.
Okay. So yeah, I would say that, yeah, you've definitely heard the name Oldoff before. You would know the name Oldoff the Lion as the champion of the Colosseum in Orlin.
Ah, yes, the champion of the Colosseum.
Yes, he moved here quite a few years ago, really. Took up manning the city of Sweek, and from what I've heard, or at least last I heard from him, he stepped down as king and wanted to serve as a guard so he could continue fighting.
A noble ambition. If I swing by there, I'll have to give him a greeting.
Yes. But, you seem to be, well adorned there. Very nice set of armor you have. You make it yourself?
Indeed. My weapon, my armor, my shield, my sword, everything I've crafted.
Well, it's quite finely made.
Thank you. I had an excellent teacher.
Perhaps... Yes, I think that would be good. Thank you for returning this, Vyson. Talos, if you don't mind, I'd like to show you around a bit.
I would be delighted.
Alright, right this way. Give me 1 second, I'm getting a phone call.
The orb! I wonder if Orbs have ringtones.
I was about to ask what ringtone is the orb.
Like a bardic band version of the Nokia ringtone. I'm sure that must exist somewhere.
Maybe it's one of the ringtones that you have to record.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Alrighty. Yes, she will begin to lead you about the grounds and kind of show you around. You can see that there are several forges, as well as in the central courtyard there is a big stone statue of a gargoyle holding a hammer. And she'll lead you around the courtyard and then into the room opposite of where you all entered in the courtyard. I'm gonna take you to meet our leader.
Talos is just like a kid in the candy store, just wide-eyed, staring at everything. And at that, he just like immediately snaps out, like, check, like brushes off any dirt and just kind of like tries to look presentable.
So she continues to lead you, and you can feel it getting a lot warmer the more and more she leads you down this corridor. She leads you down a set of stairs into a set of double doors, and she props them open. Inside, you can see a very big forge. Along the wall, in fact, you can see what looks like bubbling magma. In the center of the room, you can see a very large gargoyle-like creature. And he slowly turns his attention to you all as you step in. Angris, this is Talos. Perhaps a new member if you'd have him. Angris takes a quick look at you. He begins making his way over. You can feel some of the heat coming off of him as well, as there are cracks every now and then in the stone of his skin where you can see that underneath is what looks like this orangish glow, as though he is also made of that same molten lava.
I was just sweating both from like being this meeting and the heat.
He takes a quick look at your armor, kind of looks you over before he finally goes back to where he's standing.
Well, it's good to meet you.
It is an honor, sir.
I'm Angus. I'm the guildmaster.
Thank you for this opportunity, sir. It's my dream to create like artifacts and treasures and weaponry that will go down in legend.
What do you think is your finest craft that you've made?
He undoes the sword and sheath on his hip and presents it. He's like, "This would be my finest." I named it Taiki. It was the tool that earned me my master's approval.
He kind of looks it over very closely.
Very fine work here. Well, you certainly show promise. I was also informed just now that you saved a life.
All I really did was forge an earring. It was a group effort.
Well, that is certainly, even though that may seem small, that's very admirable that you are able to jump into action to resolve such an issue.
It was fortunate I was taught the means to be able to do so. Luck is when opportunity meets preparation, I suppose.
Well, you certainly seem to have drive and ambition. That's something I can admire. I'd gladly have you.
I would be honored. Is there anything I must do for my membership in your organization? Payment or any particular works I must do?
I will give you this.
And he goes to the back of the room and opens a chest and comes back with a large shard of this multicolored crystal. If you'd like, you can make me either a history or a nature check. Or arcana. I'll take any of the three.
Let's see. History, nature, arcana, they're all the same for me. So I'll do arcana.
And I'd say given your line of work, I'll give you advantage.
Oh, thank you. That would be a 10.
So you've definitely seen this before. It's definitely something that you would have been taught about while you were under the tutelage of your master. This is glemonite. And you would know that glemonite is a very resonant form of magical crystal, often used in a lot of smithing works.
I give this to you. And as your initiation, you're to forge yourself a badge or some symbol which you would identify yourself with. That will be your membership to the society.
It will be done, sir.
Once that's done, you can consider yourself a proud member.
I'm honored, sir. Thank you so much.
Of course. And I trust you'll be traveling as well.
Yes, sir. Several instances have occurred in the very short time I've been in this country that require my attention, so I will be traveling.
And a gift for you. Something you can make use of out on the road.
Similar to the one you saw earlier, he walks over with a toolkit and sets it down.
This is for you.
Thank you, sir. I will make sure to make great use of it.
And I will send its description in Tavern. Let's see. There we go. Alright. So this is Angris's Instant Forge. It's a magical toolkit containing a mobile forge. Upon speaking the command word, the toolkit springs to life, summoning a grindstone, hearth, bellows, cooling tank, and anvil, as from the Evaldi's Imperious Anvil spell. The toolkit itself also includes hammers, chisels, and other tools needed for a forge, and upon speaking the command word again, the components are magically recalled into the toolkit. And the toolkit can also store up to 3 weapons, shields, or armors.
This is like everything Talos has wanted. He is overjoyed.
It's a mobile workstation and the portable form of a toolbox.
He's already starting to think of like all the different weapons and tools they can make, and think like, oh, I can make Gunther this. I can make Barnacles that. I can make Palm. Oh, I know what I can make Palm.
Is it a golden toilet seat?
It is
Portable
now.
colon toilet seat.
At my grave, my headstone's gonna be like a toilet or something on this campaign.
I trust you will make great use of it.
Yes, sir. I don't know what to say. I'm truly honored, and I'll make sure that you'll be proud of the work I do.
I look forward to it. And if you ever want to report in on anything, you can have this to keep in contact with me.
He will also hand you a sending stone.
Thank you, sir.
Of course. I look forward to seeing your masterworks.
I promise you, they will be grand. I'm not going to stop until I create 100 artifacts.
I like it. I look forward to it. You're welcome here at the Guild Hall anytime.
He'll extend his hand for a handshake.
Talus will shake his hand.
Very firm handshake. Very warm.
Very well. Well, if you need me for anything, or anyone here, feel free to stop by.
When the opportunity arises, I absolutely will visit.
I look forward to it. Safe travels.
With that, Vernice will nod at him and she'll lead you back out. Well, welcome aboard.
I look forward to working with you.
I'm sure you'll do great.
I'll do more than great.
And I look forward to hearing from you too. I'm sure most of the folk here would be very excited to see what you come up with.
They will not be disappointed.
Good. If you need me for anything, I'll be here and hope to hear from you again soon.
Thank you. He bows once more.
She'll return the bow. And yeah, as he said, be safe out there.
Talus will nod and head back to the group.
All right. While Talus was gone, what's the group been up to? Anything in particular?
I think Barney would be inspecting the blade, kind of like just trying to. I don't know what he's trying to figure out from it, but like, just generally kind of like just like seeing if there's like any other oddities that he hasn't noticed, because like, you know, quite a big portion of it was like through a man.
Okay, make me an investigation check.
Also, he just like kind of has it in his hands, so like he figured he'll just like check it out. Oh dear. That is a 2 plus 4 is a 6.
Oh no. So as you're looking it over, a lot of the details are still kind of covered in dried blood at this point, but from what you can see of the rest of the blade, this is a stone longsword. It looks very well crafted. It has, for the most part, it doesn't look too out of the ordinary. Aside from the elegant flourishes on the hilt and on the blade itself, it doesn't seem too strange. Nothing about it seems too off. But it's hard to make out a lot of the more intricate things with all the blood still on it.
So, I, who's in the room with you currently? Like, I guess everyone, right?
Yeah, if everyone's
Seems like
stuck around.
Everyone except like Ponto and Talos.
So, does this look like something was made here? Like, from what we saw, like, this looks very intricately crafted. Might be a blade that was like made here, one of the smiths here.
Oh yes. Remember, I mentioned I did get a blade crafted because I wanted to use one as a spellcasting focus. At least I think I did.
So it's safe to assume that this blade might be yours then?
I think so. Memory's a bit foggy, but I believe so.
This is sparking some curiosity within me, so might be worth asking around who made this.
Yes, let me see if I can recall. I definitely remember a turtle gentleman. I think he was a part of that guild.
Right. The blacksmith guild, yeah?
Yes, that one.
Oh, it's a pity that Talos didn't take this with him then, because you might have inquired about it.
Oh, I know. I could see if I still have the order form in my pack. He will go through his bag and see if he still has it. Let's see if he finds it. So he rifles through a couple of things in his bag, and he eventually pulls out a piece of parchment. Ah, yes, this is it. The fellow's name was Bromwell.
Right. Bromwell from the blacksmith guilds.
Yes.
Got it.
And he fulfilled this order. It was 5 days ago.
Which is kind of what I'm assuming is around about the same time that you might have had the incident happen to you.
I think so.
Well, certainly hope Bromwell's not behind it then.
I don't think he had anything to do with it. At least, not that I know of. So I was attacked after, quite a ways out from the city. Well, I suppose not too far, but I was already gone.
Well, I guess besides that, I'm not entirely sure who would we be able to ask about that book that you've lost.
I'm not sure. You think
Don't suppose you have
return to what? You think they'd return to where they left me?
I mean, thought has not crossed my mind, but if they were, they'd probably be there right now.
Hmm. Not sure.
Also, just sort of out of curiosity, but I don't suppose you have like any, enemies? If I could put it that way, maybe someone that's not particularly fond of you.
Not that I really know of. None that have made themselves known to me as such.
Well, I guess if you don't know that if you have enemies, then suppose that's all right then.
The most I could think of are people from years ago at the academy that might not have liked me for one reason or another. That was over 50 years ago. Can't see why they'd come skulking around for me now.
Yeah. Well, as someone who has had people not being fond of him in the academy myself, yeah, I wouldn't know if, yeah, I think to be, don't know how long people would hold grudges, but, suppose some people do.
We have a helicopter coming overhead, so we're not going to be able to hear the stream. Also, our power just came back. You're probably hearing the chopper right now. Could we do like a quick 2-minute break just to swap off the inverter back onto our power?
Yeah, we can do that. Take a quick intermission.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt, but yeah, I think it's gonna be distracting if the inverter keeps blowing its fans and the power is on.
Right.
All right. Yeah,
Okay,
we'll take a quick intermission. I'll put the BRB screen on and mute us. Yeah, chat. We'll be right back.
Yep.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
See you soon.
Hello, chat. We are back.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, at this
We
point.
have.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying we have power, but then I realized I was responding to the sound from the stream that was looping into my headset. Sorry.
Oh.
I unmuted it by accident.
Yeah, so, we pick up with you all kind of relaxing a bit after Talos is on his way back from the guild. Yeah, anyone else up to anything in particular in the meantime?
You betcha.
Uh-oh.
Candles is just kind of very carefully over one of the dragon scales, starting to note information about it.
Okay. Are you trying to examine anything specific about it?
Just it's starting with its physical properties before like moving into like how it might be as a reagent.
Okay. You begin the process of taking notes on this. I imagine you get down some good sketches on it as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. As you all are kind of sitting about, Gunther, you're approached by Yorick. Wait, Gunther, I had a question. Optics, you there?
Hello.
Optics. He's typing. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh dear, mic troubles.
Let's see. You think it's a problem with the mic or something with Discord?
You could log out and log back in, maybe.
Yeah, no, because I asked because Discord sometimes it'll change your audio input and output.
Yeah, it does it to me all the time.
Yeah, it does it to me too. Okay. We'll give you a bit and we'll come back to you. But yeah, Talos, I'd say around this point, you arrive back from your excursion to the Smithing Society.
He just goes into the room. He's like, "I'm a member."
Of what?
What?
Sorry. The Smithing Society, or ILBS is I make something out of this. And he shows the Glemonite.
Ooh.
Ooh. What?
Congratulations, Talos.
Here.
Their master is a gargoyle.
That's cool. You didn't watch an exam or something, because that was pretty darn quick.
No, they looked at my weaponry. They said that they wanted me to make really good things. They gave me one of their toolboxes.
That's
So
splendid.
Yeah, I can make stuff on the road.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
And I got
congrats.
And I got a sending stone for their master, so if I come up with ideas, maybe I can like ask for his input. I did not expect all this when I came here, and now I'm so excited. I'm full of ideas.
Well, I guess
Well-
me getting impaled was a good thing.
Yes and no. It
He
has
just
good
smiles at
points
you.
and bad points.
Well, what do you all say we celebrate things improving for all of us with a little snack or a drink or something?
Yeah.
It sounds like a good idea.
Snacks sound good. Drinks, I might hold off because I do want to make something of this tonight. And
Oh,
Master
not
Master
necessarily
said,
alcohol.
oh, then yes, drinks would be fine. Master's
I also
number
do
one
not
rule.
consume. Yeah, I
Master's
do not
number one
consume
rule:
alcohol, so
do not operate a forge drunk.
yes.
It sounds like a good rule.
Yeah, yeah. Wise words. Speaking of drunk, best we should probably go check on Ponto.
Oh yeah.
If he's sleeping, let him sleep it off. I think we can bring our food up to the room and have it here together with our friend.
Well, he might be awake by now.
Yeah, I can check on him.
You all go to check on Ponto.
I'd say so. Yeah. I think more than anything, Barney is just worried.
All right, what's Ponto up to at the moment?
Ponto at this point has like managed to stir awake, and is a little bit like jarred by the fact that he's not in the same room that he fell asleep in. He's still pleased that he has his baguette in hand, but is really confused. So he's gonna like hop up. He's gonna walk a couple of feet. His tummy's gonna growl. He's gonna go, "Oh, well, I don't think anyone would mind if I go get some more food." And he's gonna munch on the baguette, and he's gonna waddle down.
Alrighty. So, let's see. When about do you think Ponto would wake and get up?
Probably shortly before Talos arrives.
Okay. So yeah, you've gone down at this point, down to the tavern. You just go up to the bar,
No.
or are you just wandering into the kitchen?
He's just wandering into the kitchen. He's following his nose.
Okay, are you attempting to be stealthy about it?
Of course.
Alright, make me a stealth check.
That is a 13 plus 3, so 16.
Right. So, you sneak into the kitchen. You find that currently there is being cooked a very nice looking roast boar, as well as some more baguettes that are being baked.
He takes like a munch out of his, and he's gonna look at the boar, and he's gonna start looking around to see if anybody's nearby.
At a glance, there doesn't seem to be anyone nearby, but you can make me a perception check.
Yeah. That is a 14 plus 6, so 20.
So yeah, looking around, you see that Marlo's still up at the bar. She's not too... the kitchen is pretty close to the bar. It's behind where the bar is, so she's not too far away. But she also seems preoccupied as you kind of stare out. She's currently wiping down the countertop and speaking to some of the patrons at the counter. There doesn't seem to be anyone else around, though.
Seeing this, Ponto's gonna kind of rub his hands together in his little mischievous fashion, and he's going to he's gonna wild shave. And he's going to turn into his ambush strike form and begin sneaking towards the wonderful roast boar to try to take a chunk.
Alright. So, easily enough, you take a sizable chunk out of the roast boar, and it is delicious. It is well seasoned. It is very hot as it is still being cooked, but it is very good. Nice and tender, very, very well seasoned. It's beautiful. This nice kind of this smoky barbecue taste to it.
And with that in tow, he's just gonna start slow crawling back out of the kitchen and then down some sort of hallway that he feels like is secluded enough for him to eat his food.
Okay, yeah, you head down a hallway, and it leads you, as you're walking down it, you can hear the faint sound of music.
What was that again?
You can hear the faint sound of music from down this hall at the other end of it as you begin to make your way down.
I'm gonna keep following the sound of music.
Okay, so you walk a bit more, and you end up in a room with a stage, and there doesn't seem to be anyone in the room except the person up on the stage. There is a satyr gentleman who's up on the stage, currently strumming away at a lute. And he sounds pretty good. Though he is definitely not aware that you're there.
Good. I'm gonna try to find like a stool or something to hide underneath.
Yeah, easily enough. You find a table near the door to hide under.
And while I'm munching on this boar, I'm just gonna be watching him.
Yeah, so he stands up there and he's strumming along on his lute and kind of doing a little bit of a dance as he's pretty sure that he's alone, even though he's not. He goes on like that for a good while, and then you hear footsteps down the hall as stepping into the room is a young human boy, and he stops what he's doing and sets it down and makes his way over. Oh, are you lost, little one? No, I heard music, so I came down here. Oh, let's see if we can find your parents. Oh, my dad's at the bar. He's having a vodka. Right, let's get you back there. The two of them exit the room.
Ponto's just gonna like peek his little head out of underneath his hiding spot to make sure that they're gone, and then he's gonna like, after finishing some boar, he's gonna crawl over to the instrument and he's gonna start flicking and plucking at it.
Okay, make me a performance check.
Doop. That is 11.
Okay, so you get a few twangs out of it. It sounds pretty nice at times, but again, you're just kind of flicking around at it, so nothing really rhythmic or anything coming out, but it sounds pretty nice. It's a very nice lute. And then you start to hear the footsteps coming back.
Ponto's gonna like quickly look around. He's gonna dive for another hiding spot.
Alright, make me another stealth check. Oh my god, my dog is going crazy upstairs.
Goblin mode.
It's just Ponto scrambling away.
Yeah,
That is,
True.
those
True.
are very Ponto-esque noises.
Okay, stealth for this one is +4, so 18.
Alright. So yeah, you managed to duck under some of the seats in front of the stage as the satyr gentleman comes back and goes back over to his lute and resumes playing. And I'd say it's around this point that the rest of the group, you all get to Ponto's door and knock, and there's no answer.
Might still be sleeping then.
You think he's alright?
Well, I don't know. I suppose he might have the key with him, unless someone else has it.
Well, there are double rooms. There should be 2 keys for each person.
Yeah, I think so. I think each room has two.
Barney also kind of just deposited him in there, so I think Barney would have to have the key to go in and out.
That's fair.
Right.
I think we can
Oh.
go in.
What? Reckon we should go
Quiet.
check on him then?
Hearing quietness from his room is concerning.
You do make a fair point there. And yeah, Barney unlocks the door and opens it up.
And opening the door, you find that the room is empty. There's a slight trail of breadcrumbs leading up to the door.
Well, shit.
Oh dear.
We really should have some kind of thing crafted that we can use to track him.
Like a bell.
Like a homing device.
Say, tell us. That would be your next task. Craft a bell for that lad.
A magic one that we can use as a homing beacon.
Yeah, a particularly noisy one at it.
Pause out a sketchbook. I'll get right on it.
Maybe not noisy. We do stealth is important, but we need to be able to find him.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, what about a magic bell that only rings when you press it? When you press like a rune or something.
Ooh, that.
But if we're in a sneaking situation and someone presses the button and then gives away Ponto's location?
I don't know. It might be dangerous.
Maybe the person who has the rune can hear it.
Yeah, maybe.
What if? Yeah. A bell that only some people can hear sounds good to me, actually.
Well, the fact he hasn't jumped out at us by now means he's not here.
I can't
Yeah,
imagine he's gone
we
far.
could. Yeah, I suppose we could follow this literal crumb trail.
Alrighty. Make me an investigation check to see if you can track Ponto down.
Alright.
Talos has his shield out ready for at any moment for him to jump out and attack him.
Well, I'm gonna change dice because I rolled a 13.
Oh no.
You know, we could just call his name. It's not like we need to be quiet in here.
That is fair. Ponto! I rolled a 9, by the
Ponto?
way.
So you all head downstairs, calling Ponto's name and following the trail.
I'm shaking a little bag of food just in case.
Some treats.
cat treats.
So you all get downstairs, and Marlo looks over at you. What's the matter?
We lost our little drunk friend.
Oh, I can't say I've seen him. I saw him go upstairs, but I haven't seen him since.
Yeah, he's a bit of a sneaky one. That one.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's a problem.
Have you seen these small dragons? He can turn into those.
No, but I went to check on the roast boar I was making, and I thought that we'd got rodents or something, as there was a pretty big bite taken out of it.
That sounds extremely like Ponto. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like our rodent.
All of us are like, yep.
Yep, 100%.
I can't imagine
Our brain cells have a
far then.
We'll pay you for the boar. How much did he eat?
It was like 2 slices worth.
You know what? Maybe it's best to open a tab. More of this might happen before we leave.
Yeah, we'll deal with that later. Don't worry about it.
Thank you very much for being so patient and understanding.
I get all kinds of people who do strange things when they're drunk, so I'm used to it. As long as he isn't
Aw.
pissing on the floor, I don't really mind as much.
Oh no, you don't think
Yeah, he never do that.
Oh. Yeah. Pretty sure he won't.
There's a very high likelihood he won't.
Nervously looks around.
Okay, there's a chance he won't.
Ponto! Ponto! Ponto!
So it's at this point that Ponto, you start to hear your name being called. It's not super faintly, but you can definitely hear that your name's being called.
Here, boy.
He's very like pleased with the music, so he is willingly ignoring it.
We've got shinies!
I shake the treat bag harder.
Alright, make me another investigation check.
All of us.
Yes.
3.
Nat 1!
Oh no.
15 plus 4, 19.
Alright, so
9.
you all look high and low to see if you can find Ponto, and you don't seem to find him for a good bit until, Barney, you notice more breadcrumbs down a hall leading into a larger room at the end where you can hear music.
I feel like with these rolls, we ran around and then ran into each other with a cartoon bonk.
the Scooby-Dooby doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all running in and out. One of us comes out in a tricycle.
Where did you get that? I don't even know.
Yes, you are eventually led to the room with the stage, and you can see that as you all step in, there is a satyr man up on the stage playing a lyre.
How's it?
And he'll stop what he's doing and look at you all. Oh, hello.
Hi.
We're guests here, and we have lost our. Well, we didn't lose him as much as he absconded. We are looking for our friend. Have you seen a little halfling or something? And she will describe the many forms that Ponto can turn into. Something like this.
I don't think so. No.
Ponto, are you in here?
Ponto, they're right beside you.
The satyr is gonna hear in the back of his mind, play.
Who said that?
Is he talking to you with his brain?
Someone just told me to play.
Ponto, get out of here.
Yep, that's him.
He will resume playing.
Can I make a perception check?
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna try to see. I'm gonna do like a perception check based on smell. Use my own senses.
Okay.
That'll give me advantage.
Ponto, go ahead and make me one more stealth check.
Okie dokie. That is a 23.
Oh, wow.
I thought it was a 9, but the light hit the 1 to where I couldn't see it, but it's a 19 plus 4.
I also happen to get a 23 in perception.
I just realized that I have the observant feat and I haven't been adding the +5 to my rolls.
Oh, no.
Oh dear.
Legend Keeper!
All right.
I'm not sure because it only says the passive
Oh, that's
doors,
why.
so
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Good point. Thank you. Good catch.
Yep.
So I would say both Barney and Poncho re-roll since you both got 23s.
Okie dokie.
Alright.
Okay, that is 21.
Yeah, that's significantly worse. That's 14.
So, even kind of sniffing around, you can smell the faint smell of food, but it just seems like it's kind of wafting about the tavern itself and doesn't seem to be coming from any particular direction. You don't seem to catch scent of anything that would give away Ponto's position.
Barney's going to start looking underneath chairs and stuff.
Alright, is Ponto staying where he is?
Ponto is going to be doing something in just a moment. I just need to read something right quick.
I have a penny whistle. Could I try and charm him out with that?
Play some Mango Groove.
I'll home talk takes me home. Maybe I should pull out the penny whistle and show it to the satyr gentleman and go, it's worth a shot with my expression.
He will kind of look at it. So, wait, you're looking for this halfling... I haven't had anyone come in here, except a young boy.
Could be confused for a young boy, but typically could also just be invisible, generally.
He's definitely a young boy. He said he's here as his father.
Okay, then no, that's not
no.
him.
Ponto is going to revert back to his halfling form, and seeing how he's in a prime position to cause mischief, I'm going to... Okay, there's 5 of us, so I'm going to roll a d6 and reroll on a 6. So he's going to cast Prank on Gunther.
Oh boy, what do you have happen?
He's going to cause Gunther to have a wardrobe malfunction of some kind.
Oh no!
Oh no!
He's had
no.
this dream so many times.
All of the buttons on his clothing come undone.
Oh no!
So, Gunther, the buttons on your shirt come undone, and you are now showing the entirety of your chest.
Oh no? Question mark?
Nice.
Gunther, is this the time? Nooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ponto's like covering his mouth, trying not to giggle.
Do we hear him giggling? Almost giggling.
That's a good question.
You have like a passive perception of like 20. I'm pretty sure you do.
Yeah, that's right. My passive perception is 20.
And yes, I would say that Pomegranate would pick up on the slight giggling coming from underneath the seats.
Her head whips around with a sting sound effect, and she homes in on the sound. And she strolls over casually, going, "Oh no, I guess he's not in here." And then, where is he hiding again?
He's under the seats.
I'll just sit down on top of it, and then fart on him.
Oh no.
Wow. Power move.
Oh, sorry guys. At least you're over there and not over here.
Assert dominance.
Ponto is going to cast Prank again.
You know, it just occurred to me that I've told Ponto not to poop on me like at least 5 different times, and now I'm farting on him. So
Hypocrisy.
I know, it's terrible. To be fair, it's not solid; it's gas.
All right, who
He's
you
going-
hope so.
cast Prank on?
I'm doing it on Palm, and she's gonna start sweating uncontrollably.
Okay, now question: in your head canons, do tabaxis sweat like cats through their paws, Or do they sweat everywhere, like humans?
I feel like everywhere.
You're gonna have damp pits.
Maybe Gunther's shirt malfunction had more of an effect on me than I thought.
As the smell kicks in, you feel a solid thump as Ponto tries to like lift up and recoil from the fart.
Panzer, I'm
Roger.
sorry, but you brought this on yourself.
Chalice is gonna grab the rope out of his pack, make a lasso, and like try to lasso Ponto.
Okay, is Ponto resisting?
No, he's just giggling a lot.
Just don't lasso the fort closer to you.
And with that, you're able to pull Ponto out from underneath as he's laughing.
Hello.
Oh,
There you are, you little bastard. We missed you.
Well, looks like you're over that drink, aren't you?
Yep. I got hungry, so I went down and got some food.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
you gotta
eat
pay
stuff
for
in
that.
Yeah, we gotta have a little talk about property.
Oh, well, this man was playing some good music, so I got really distracted.
Shit, I farted in front of a stranger. Damn. Sorry, sir. That was not meant for your ears or nose.
oh,
It was tactical.
you liked my music?
Oh yeah, it was really fun.
Oh,
It was really nice to my ears.
Thank you.
I promise we're not always this weird.
Well,
Why are you so wet?
Me? Are you talking to me?
Yes.
I think you know why I'm white, you little bastard.
No idea. You just farted on me.
Pretend I said bastard with an asterisk next to it, and underneath in the footnote it says affectionate.
well, I've never had someone compliment my music before, so thank you.
Would you, I mean, I know this has been a bit of a chaotic scene, but would you care to play a few lines for us?
Yeah.
Yeah, another tune.
Sure. Let's see. Make a performance check.
By the way,
Someone please prestidigitate this far away. I'm sorry.
Chalice is keeping like a death grip on this rope around Ponto right now.
Okay.
Thinking I might have to make a
Rope us, I guess.
Okay, he got a 15. He plays you a couple of tunes, and he sounds pretty good. How was that?
That was really nice.
Barney applauds.
Ponto's clapping
Yeah,
with
we're
his
all-
little hands.
Yeah, we'll all applaud, I think.
Thank you. That was really nice. Maybe I should give actual performance a try.
You absolutely should.
Yeah.
No shame in trying.
Yeah. Thank you. That it might be the push I needed.
Oh.
Why not offer your services to the tavern tonight for free and see how you like it?
Oh, that reminds me. I should probably be getting back to that then. Soon. I'm actually the waiter here.
Oh.
Oh.
Hey, if one of us covers your waiter shift, would you want to perform?
Sure. That would be wonderful.
I've waited before, I can do that.
And I can help.
Thank you, Ponto. I don't think that's going to be necessary.
Maybe if Ponto helps, it could pay for the stolen boar.
I'm just having these. Palm's just having these visions of Ponto helping, quote unquote, like causing the tavern to burn down, and she's like, "Nah, it's okay. I'll cover it. It's fine. I have plenty of funds."
Yeah, I think that would be wonderful. Thank you. I know most of the folks who've been out working all day like to come in for a show and usually have some people, but I suppose I could fit something in there. Yeah, I'll do it.
Awesome. All right. When does your shift start now?
In about an hour.
All right. Good. You can run me through the specials of the day.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he will go about doing that. He walks you through everything, and once time rolls around, he does give a pretty good performance.
Yay!
Quite a few people seem to be kind of shocked to see him performing, since they're so used to seeing him waiting here at the tavern, and he's earned himself a couple of fans. And Palm, from your taking his shift waiting, let's see what you get. You get a solid 10 gold pieces.
Wow.
Wow.
Hey.
I think I'm gonna put that and press that into his hand at the end of the evening and tell him consider this another little push.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
I couldn't have done it without that push, so I appreciate it. What are you all's names? Do you all have you all look like you travel together. You have a group name?
Names? We didn't even introduce ourselves. I'm so sorry. My name's Pomegranate.
Hi, I'm Panto.
I'm Yuri.
Talos.
Just call me Barney. It's fine.
Two candle.
Arthur.
It's nice to meet you all. I'm Aiden.
Well met.
Well,
I am.
Oh, go on.
I was just gonna say, I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot more of your name soon.
I certainly hope so. I'll give it my best.
Well, Aiden the Bard has quite a nice ring to it.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? If you ever go to Verosa, my sister is a bard. Her name is Bream. See if you can find out where she's performing. Tell her I sent you. I'm sure she could teach you a few tricks of the trade.
Oh, that'd be lovely. I think I'll go next week. I have a bit of time off.
Excellent.
Good.
Yeah,
Well-
with that, he will treat you all to a nice meal afterwards.
Is it boar?
It is
Yes.
more.
Ah.
You know, Asterix and Obelix made wild boar seem like the most delicious meat on earth. And every time I hear boar, all I envision is that specific flavor, a visual flavor of boar, and it
Yes.
looks so good.
Yeah, you all have a very, very nice dinner that evening. And I think that's where we're going to call tonight's session.
Hey.
Cool.
Ooh.
I'm sorry for farting on you, Ponto.
Ponto will
As you
remember
did
this.
that went through my head. I was like, that's something Hudson would do.
It's quite out of character of Pom. Actually, I think she was just really inspired by Ponto's mischievous nature.
I'm corrupting her.
The corruption is spreading.
Has Gunther buttoned up his shirt again, by the way, or has he just been
forgot.
That is a good question.
has he just been like letting the ladies hang out all evening?
I mean, it's just drinks. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't that much of a big deal. He probably restrung himself.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, chat. I hope you all had a great time. And as I mentioned yesterday, there won't be Cry of the Bleeding Moon next Friday, as one of the players will be away, but we will be having a horror game night in place of that. And there'll also be the Villains campaign returning next Saturday as well. So come back and see us. And
Nice.
assuming all is well with it, Varaxes will be back on the 22nd.
Woohoo!
Heck,
Excellent.
Yeah, chat, we will see you next Friday. And enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and thanks for coming by.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for the second
Thanks for
session. It was
watching.
fun.